clear the track for the girls 4x8. There are 13 teams in the 4x8. We have teams from Winnacunnet, Dover, Bedford, Co-Brown, Exeter, Merrimack, Keene, Windham, Pembroke. Portsmouth, Nashua, and Pinkerton. St. Thomas also has a girls team in here. About 111 at the 400. That's Bedford in the lead. Got a close race going here at the first exchange. That's Bedford handing off in first place, roughly 228. One lap to go in the second leg. That's Keene in the lead. It looks like Winnicott taking the lead, heading into the third leg here. Winnicott followed by Keene. It's about 4:54. They're averaging about 227 per 800.
Bonnie Eagles.
Good afternoon. This is NewHampshireTrackandField.com, powered by Runners Alley. We are picking up the action midway through the girls 4x800 here at the 78th Annual Boys Clipper Relays and the 53rd Annual Girls Clipper Relays. Today's broadcast being brought to you by Bees Tees Screen Printing. And we have now Keene having taken over the lead partway through their second relay leg from Bedford.
Yeah, it's a tight one. Winnicott and Keene battling it out. Bedford in third. Exeter in fourth. Nashua South fifth.
So this is their third leg. They've got one more lap to go for this, and then handing it off to their anchor. The meet record, 938.1, set back in 2013 by Co Brown. None of these teams right now are threatening that record.
So Co Brown didn't put a real strong team out there today.
It doesn't look like they didn't. But Keene and Exeter both looking to, Winnicott rather, looking to both potentially go under 10 minutes. Always a good mark. And there's a pretty good group there, Bedford, Exeter, and South in that third, fourth, and fifth position. And then there's a big gap between fifth and sixth.
And Keene's finishing off with Michaela Randall.
And Winnicott, though, is going to take the lead going into the last
third leg. It's
leg.
Winnicott starting to string out a little bit of a lead over Keene. And the rest of the field is closing in fast.
Exeter closing in fast, too. They might actually catch Keene before the handoff. So it's Winnicott, Keene, and Exeter right now, 1, 2, 3. Bedford and South, 4 and 5. And then there's almost a 100-meter gap between 5th and 6th. Right now it's Dover in 6th place.
Winnicott girl looks strong.
She does.
But Michaela Randall is, I would say, she's probably the class of the field out there.
Yep. She is. She's closing a little bit, reeling her in slowly. Got a very efficient stride. So turning into a one lap dog fight.
Winnicott girl though,
Yeah,
hanging in there.
holding their own.
Makings of a good race here. 1 lap to go. It's Winnicott, followed pretty closely by Keene.
So Keene's got a 3-second gap right now behind Winnicott.
She's making it up quick now.
She is, yep. He's going to close up on her here on the back stretch. And there she goes.
Keene making a move now to try to take the lead on the back.
It's like
stretch.
Winnicott's holding though.
Really going to
She's-
try and hold
yeah.
her as close as she can.
The race isn't over yet.
Nope. A one last surge on the corner for Winnicott. But Michaela Randall now is widening her lead.
Coming off the final turn here, it's Keene.
Oh, that's going to be
the finish line.
9:35 on the straightaway, so they'll both be under 10 minutes.
Kayla's definitely running out of
Yep.
running out of
Yeah.
energy. She gave it her
Yeah,
all.
you can see the head bob.
Feels good to win, I'm sure.
So unofficially 9:54, 9:57 for Winnacunnet.
It's a good quality
Good
time.
quality times. Yep.
So Nashua South, third. Exeter fourth. Bedford
And
fifth.
Fifth. Yep. And that team has been lapped. They are not actually
okay.
finishing
That's Pembroke,
right now.
right?
Yep. So Dover is our 6th place team right now. Spalding and oh no, Pinkerton.
Wow, you gotta get to the
Pinkerton,
finish.
Pinkerton is charging hard. St. Thomas as well.
We're getting close here at the finish.
And she held her off.
Oh, just held off St. Thomas for 6th place. Another interesting thing they do here at the Clipper Relays, and I know the athletes really like this, is that event winners get T-shirts instead of medals. And it's always a little source of pride the next
Right.
day to wear your Clipper Relay T-shirt.
I still have my Clipper Relays T-shirt from
Do you?
1983. I still have it.
Looks like our final team is inside the 200 mark now. Yeah, a lot of teams here, like 25-ish schools, I think.
And a good mixture too. Division
Yeah, 24 schools here today.
Division
Yep.
1 and Division 2.
Yep. Couple Division 3s.
Remind folks that live results are available throughout the day at sstresults.com.
SS what?
Just waiting for this final runner.
SST as in Tom, results.com.
Got it.
It's a little bit later on the meet. We may see the Buffalo Relay, another fun event here that they do. And that is really meant for the field event kids, throwers especially.
The 200 pounders.
200 pound limit, right. You got to be over 200 for each of the 4 legs.
Okay, next up on the track is the boys 4x8. Looks like a large field.
It's going to be a good race right
Yep.
here.
Yep.
I think this is probably the most quality race right here of the day.
It has the potential to if every
Our
team's
record
brought
in
their
the,
best and
4x8
is going to run them in the
is,
4x8.
For the boys is 8:05.2. That was set in 2012 by Pinkerton. And there's a pretty strong field out here today. We may see that threatened.
8:05 is the record. Set by Pinkerton in 2012.
Pinkerton just ran an 8:12 the other day. So
Looks like just about every team's probably fielding a 4x8. I see Keene in there. I see Pinkerton, Merrimack.
This is the
Nashua
first call
South.
for the girls' distance medley. First call for the girls' distance medley.
Winnicott's
Kingswood,
been a tough
Winnicott.
team for quite a few years.
Yeah, yep. They're coming off their Black Bear win.
No,
No,
Concord won
not
that
quite. Yeah.
We have 19 teams in the boys 4x8.
Yeah, I hope they put the pedal to the metal right here. Get
Looks
a good
like
quality
Bedford,
time.
Winnicott,
Yeah, Winnicott's out in front.
Merrimack, and Keene, Pinkerton both in there.
Winnicott kid's pretty tough. Last week, Concord had like a 9-second lead when they handed off to him. He got it down to 3 seconds.
Is that
And-
Taylor?
No, I'm not.
Jack Taylor?
No, Taylor will be probably the anchor leg.
Okay.
Taylor's tough. He just ran a 157 the other day.
Yeah.
But this kid right here, he works hard. But they're moving now.
That's Winnicott in first
So,
place right now.
Coming
about,
through in 60.
60 seconds for the first 400. Followed closely by Bedford and then Merrimack.
No, that's what I was listening to. Was the gun. It's off by like almost full second.
Merrimack kid, he's having a pretty good season.
We had 3 people separation, but now we got a 4th into the party.
Here comes North.
Yassine Jakib coming up.
Bedford making a move.
Bedford making a real
Yep.
big move. Look at that.
Strong close there.
So Bedford will take the lead after 1 leg. Unofficially about a 2:02.
Decent opening leg.
Handed off to Aiden Kenny. But I would say Colin Donnelly is probably the class of the field there. He should open it up pretty
Yep.
good. For
And he's
Winnicott.
now moved up into first place.
But Winnicott will have, I'm sure Jack Taylor will probably
Be
finish.
their anchor. Yep.
Keen's going to be tough because they're going to have the 2 Kindop brothers.
Yep. And I see they're moving up into 4th place now, ahead of North. Merrimack's still holding on to 3rd. Winnicott, Bedford, Keene,
Those are
Merrimack
young-
North, and Pinkerton now.
That's the younger Kindop freshman pulling in 2nd place right now.
Tight pack following them.
Winnicott way out in front.
They got to get out in front because Winnicott's next leg is probably,
It's probably their weakest.
yeah, I would say,
Thank you very much.
based on the other day.
Yep.
First and second call, girls triple jump.
Actually, they moved it
First and
around
second
from,
call for the girls
they
triple
moved
jump.
around the order,
All
but
girls
Donnelly
triple jumpers, please
the other day
report
was
in.
a second leg
Yep.
First
also.
and second call for the girls triple jump.
So now it's Winnicott and Keene, and then back behind the Keene is Pinkerton, Bedford,
This is the call for the
North,
boys'
and
second flight of
Merrimack.
discus. You're in the second flight.
Keen's going to be handed off to
Boys,
Jake
please
Velasquez.
report in now.
I think Keen's going to make up some room right here.
It's all D1 right now in the top 6.
That's Winnicott, handed off at about a 4:04. It was about another 2:02.
They got about a 5-second lead on Keene right now.
That's Keene in second place. Already trying to close the gap.
Yep, he's going to try and catch him on this first turn.
And I think, Kindop and Taylor are probably pretty close to equal. So Velasquez gets a lead here. But if Winnicott,
Somebody told Winnicott that he was coming.
here comes Pinkerton.
Yep.
Nashua North will finish with Curran, so he's a stud also.
And they're now rolling up on the rest of the field, so they're going to start lapping some of these other teams. Only on their 3rd leg.
Napoleon Dynamite right there has got the lead. I was trying to think of that the other day.
Yeah.
I got home. And I was like, wow, that kid does look like Napoleon Dynamite.
Going to take his bike off some sweet jumps.
Maybe I will. And he's holding on, though.
Yeah, Merrimack Valley's kind of running scared.
This would be a great
He just
finish.
doesn't want to get lapped.
If Keene and Winnicott can be together and you have
Yep.
Taylor and Kindop battling out the end, they're probably 2 of the 3 fastest guys in the state in the 800.
On the
I mean, I would have to give the nod to
last
Winslow at
200
this
meters
point.
of the
Yeah.
3rd leg. That's Winnicott. Starting to open a little bit of a lead back on Keene.
Wow, don't tell you what.
Oh.
Kindop's going to be chasing because
Yeah, he is.
Taylor's tough. One thing about Taylor, he keeps it honest.
Yeah. I mean, last weekend he led wire to
Yep.
gun to
Down
tape.
the final stretch.
Oh, I like his style. The kid ran a good split right there.
Yep.
Got 2
Merrimack
flat.
Valley in 3rd.
That's going to be a good
So
race.
he's got 3 seconds right now on Keene.
Didn't hit the split.
So can Kindop run a 154 to Taylor's
Well,
157?
he's chasing.
Merrimack in 3rd.
He's chasing. Kindop's a good runner. I don't know if he's going to catch that one.
Yeah.
They're both very smooth runners.
first?
It's
First and second.
still a 3-second
The
gap,
first and
so I
second
mean they
call
haven't
for the
really
boys
made up
pole
any
vault.
ground on each
First
other.
and second call, boys pole vault.
They're
Please
running
check in.
pretty even.
I don't think he's going to give up that lead.
No.
They're both very smooth runners.
Winner kind of took it out strong. Keen's trying to close. 1 lap to go.
He went out in about 59.
Took it out strong. It's holding on too.
So still 3-second lead.
Good day for the 800 kids. They don't have to worry about overheating.
So
No,
what?
no sign of letting up there. They might make a run at this record, actually.
Going to be close to it.
Yeah. It's 8:02, I think.
8:05.
8:05.
Reminder, the meet record is 8:05.
Yeah, 8:05, you're right.
Taking a serious run at it here when it kind of
It's gonna be close.
Finishing strong.
Wow, I think they're going to get it.
At 8 minutes right now.
They got it.
Yeah.
Unofficially,
Unofficially 8:04.
Looks like a new meet record.
Wow.
Great run by Winnicott.
Outstanding.
Strong run by Keen as well. Two very
Keen.
fast times.
Also
Here comes
finishing
the crowd.
under 8:10.
Pinkerton
All
and
running
Here we
National
go.
fast
North.
times. There you go. All
Pinkerton,
under
North
8:20.
Merrimack. All of them under 8:20.
A very fast boys 4x8 today. So this is the second and third call for the girls distance medley.
And we see Bedford,
We'll make it first call for the boys distance medley.
Exeter, Co-Brown.
All girls distance medley runners should have reported in by now. If you haven't, please report in.
That was a nice race right
That
there.
was a really good one to watch. It's always nice to see the records go down.
That just goes to show you. So last week, Winnicott with the same group of kids ran 8:30, whatever, but it was at the end of the day after everybody's run
Right.
events. Today it's at the beginning of the
Being
day.
an event, you get a much different result.
Yep.
Right.
I mean, similar days. It was a little windier and
Right,
rainier
right.
last week than it
But
is
like
right
I
now,
said,
but
Taylor had run his 1:57
Yep.
and then came back to the 4x8. Different story when you're fresh.
Right. That was a good run.
So our next event's going to be the distance medley relay.
In all honesty, the kid that made it was
It
Napoleon.
was number 3, yeah.
Yep.
Is our third leg. Yep, third leg. He held on to the lead.
Held on to it and actually opened up
Expanded
pretty
a
well.
little
Yeah,
bit,
no, he
yeah.
did well.
Thomas heading toward the finish line here in the 4x8.
This is our last school in. No, we got one more.
Dover on the final stretch here.
So we got Pembroke finishing now. Looks like they got a new event this year instead of the traditional chicken dance with the
All right,
girls. They're going to
next
do
up
a
on the
race
track will
walk.
be the
Oh, yeah,
girls
400-meter
distance
race
medley.
walk.
Yep.
This is the final call for the boys
Next
distance
event
medley.
up
You
on
can
the
check in
track
now.
is the distance medley. So not really not a favorable order of events for a distance heavy team.
So in the
You go
girls,
back-to-back
in the
with a
distance
4x8
medley, the first
DMR.
leg will
Right.
be 3 laps, 1,200 meters. They'll hand off to a 1-lap,
So this
400-meter leg,
Kind
followed
of
by a
not
2-lap,
exactly a unique
800-meter
event
leg,
because this is
with the anchor leg
contested
being
at the college
1,600
level all the
meters.
time, but at the high school level, it's not so common. We've got a 1,200, a 400, 800, and a 1,600.
The record in the girls distance medley is 12:42.2, and that was set.
It'll be interesting to
by
see if
Keith
Exeter
Thomas in
puts in a good team. They
2009.
finished 6th in the nation.
Did they?
Thank you. Depending on.
Sprint medley, or was that like distance? It
Which
was
means I will take this and move on to
Should I turn it off?
Yeah, turn it off.
Sprint medley with
Did
the
they have a 1200 now?
2248. They could have done heat.
teams on the track for the distance medley for the
That's
girls.
Cole Brown in the lead right now. Dover in second, Portsmouth, and Winnicott. Oh, 1200 is a real weird distance.
Yeah, it's a tough distance. It's a gut wrencher. Especially when you've used up some of your 800 guys.
Right.
So you got to have a really big
You
team,
do.
a real strong
You've got to
team
have a deep
to do
team
well
to
here
it.
today.
Yep.
So this is probably where Cole Brown stacked it.
I would say either this or the Clipper steeplechase. They are the 7 or 8 time defending champs in that event.
Leader after one lap is Cole Brown. Again, this is 3 laps right here, the 1,200 meters.
Cole Brown going through the first lap, followed by, not sure who that is in second.
Winnicott.
Winnicott?
Yep.
Yeah. Portsmouth and Dover.
The lead's starting to dwindle a little bit here. This is one of those distances, like, it gets you out of your comfort zone
Oh,
a
it
little
does
bit.
entirely. Because you're used to either, you've done 800s, you've done 1600s, but you usually don't train at that distance.
Right.
You do, you do your 400 repeats or your 800 repeats. So you're very comfortable at that distance and those speeds, and then it's like, now you got to kind of go right in between them.
It's one of the workouts I do like doing in the 1200s because
Mm-hmm.
it does get you mentally tough.
Yep.
It's a little bit of both, you know what I mean? And in the mile, I really think the 1200 is where it's at.
Yeah.
It's going to be won or loss. Anybody
Yep.
can finish it out. Anybody can start it off.
Yeah.
But if you
It's
get through the 12,
that third lap.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now on a 32 record set. Sorry about that.
No problem at all, thanks.
So 1 lap to go for this opening leg. Cole Brown still in the lead,
So Cole Brown still in the
followed
lead
by
with, 1
Winnicott
lap
and
to go,
Portsmouth.
They-
followed by Winnicott and
they've
Portsmouth.
opened up the lead. I think she was just probably sandbagging that second lap, and now
Yep.
she's
Is the 1200
probably
legs,
maybe
so we
unsure of
get off to
herself.
the
Yeah.
400 meter runner.
But no matter the distance, when you know you've only got 1 lap to go, you kind of let it all go.
And she looks good now.
Yeah. Yeah,
really opening
really
it up.
opening it up now on the backstretch.
It was probably one of those things where coach asked you to do the 1200, and you go, a
The
1200?
what?
What? How am I going to run this?
How fast do I go?
Unsure of
Portsmouth
himself.
now has taken the second place from Winnicott.
Yes.
Yep.
All right, this is Cole Brown.
Here we
Heading
go.
for
Good
the
strong
exchange
finish
up to
from
1200
Sophie
meters.
Laird.
Wow, she looks real good now.
Pretty large lead over Portsmouth.
So second leg is going to be a 400. Not the greatest handoff, but
This is Portsmouth heading to the in second place at the exchange.
So what was what was the old 4x800 record?
I think it was 805.44.
Yeah, and today was 805.14.
So 3/10.
Yep.
It counts. That was a very stacked team too that that Pinkerton ran that year. Connor Queeson and Chris Pogge.
This is the first call for the shuttle hurdles. Girls shuttles hurdles. That is first call, girls shuttle
Cole
hurdles.
Brown coming around for their second leg, finishing up, and they're going to hand off and then do an 800.
This is Cole Brown heading to the next exchange. This is going to be the 400 leg handing
So
off
these
the
400
meters.
these 400 legs are passing 1200 legs. That's why they seem to be going so much faster. They're just running a totally different pace.
Portsmouth is holding on to second place here at the exchange.
Portsmouth about to go into their 800, followed by another purple team. I don't know if that's
Again, this is the
Goffstown
800 meter
or
leg on the track now.
yeah, it could be Goffstown.
Yep, it is.
It's like in between Portsmouth and Goffstown is Milford, and then Bedford and Winnicott.
Again, a lot can happen on that last
It can. That's 1600. That's
1600.
where
It can change a lot.
that's where
change
the
the whole
action
game.
is. Yep. And we've seen some DMRs come down where the team that took the baton in third or fourth ends up winning because they have the best miler on the track.
Right. I think Cole Brown will be a pretty good hand. So they get Addison Cox
yep.
finishing up. Milford's got Lauren Robinson, but I don't think Robinson's going to make that gap up.
No, it's about a if we can get a split on it.
All boys? This is first, second, and third call for the boys shot put. All boys shot putters should report into the pit.
No, they've got Cobrown's got a
Again, all
13-second
boys
lead
shot
on
putters,
Portsmouth
please
right
report it
now,
now.
and about a 20-second lead on Milford.
Yeah.
So
It have to be something catastrophic to
yeah,
happen.
or heroic on the other end. I mean, I suppose if Lauren could run a 4:45, she might have a shot.
Coming down the final
So
stretch.
Cobrown's
in the
coming into
800
their
leg, handing
final
off
leg.
our anchor leg, which
Yeah,
will
she
be
looks good.
1,600
Yep.
meters. This is Cole Brown in first place. This is Portsmouth coming down the final stretch in second place right now.
Good handoff.
They opened up a pretty good lead over the third place team.
Portsmouth made up some of that lead. It's down to about 10 seconds now, 9-10 seconds. We've got Milford in third and Winnicott in fourth.
Milford third, Winnicott
Central in
fourth.
fifth.
Central in fifth at the handoff. Again, this last leg is
Up to a
4
15-second
laps
lead
around,
now.
1600 meters. A lot can happen in 4 laps.
– 16-second lead.
Yep.
So I think
It's
they're in
actually
good
growing.
hands.
Yeah.
It's actually fun when you kind of get lapping people. And
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Then you just start picking them off. Then you got people to run with. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you know they're not a threat to you. So
Right. Right. Well, and you're running 16 and they're running an 800 and you're passing them.
right.
And Milford is about 12 seconds back of Portsmouth right now. Although I think she's gaining on. I think Lauren is gaining on Portsmouth.
Lauren, I'm sure is going to reel her in. Lauren's tough.
We've seen her run many a double. She is very tough.
Tripled indoors.
Yep.
And, you know, not just tripling. You know, when she does it, she's doing it in quality, too.
Right.
You know,
Right.
she races every race that she's in.
And if you count a 4x4, that's really a quadruple.
Yep.
Addison's still about. She's opened up a couple more second lead now. As Lauren is about to reel in Portsmouth right here.
Yeah, Lauren's she's a strong runner. Sometimes she gets overlooked a little bit too. But you know what? I'd like to have a whole cross country team
Yeah.
of her. Just
Yeah.
hard worker.
2 laps to go in the last leg here. Cole Brown still have the
Seems to be pretty durable too.
Yeah. I mean, she hasn't
Milford is taking
she
over
hasn't
second
had any
place.
major
Portsmouth-
injuries.
Portsmouth
Nope.
is
I
now
think
She
she's
in
gonna be-
stays very consistent.
I think she's going to be an excellent college runner.
Yep.
Addison doesn't seem to be able to shake the girl that she's with,
Yep.
the team.
She's a lap ahead though.
Yeah, but I mean that girl's pretty
Right.
good by locking on.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and staying with her. Portsmouth looks like they're stuck in no man's land now,
Yeah.
all by themselves.
Really are. Central moving up on Portsmouth actually right now.
You'd almost think that that's 1-2 right there.
One
Yeah.
lap to go
Yeah.
for,
Oh, I mean,
for Cole Brown.
you said
They're
it that
in first
that
place.
Spalding girl is running really well.
Pretty good lead still over
Ta-
Milford.
tagging
Milford
right
leg has
behind,
closed a little bit though.
Addison.
Milford's running strong. They've taken over second place.
Looks like now though I think that pace is beginning to
So what's the
to
record?
show.
What's the record for this?
This one is 12:42,
12:42.
set by, well, Caitlin DeRazio and Rachel Schneider back in the day, 2009.
Yeah. Rachel Snyder's doing pretty good for herself.
Yeah, she is running for Skechers.
Yeah.
No, is it Skechers?
I don't know, but she's doing well. I mean, it's on her television.
Yep.
She's got one of the fastest 2-mile times of
Yep.
all time.
Coming down the final stretch, this is Cole Brown in
go.
first place. Milford has really run a good, strong
So
leg
not-
to pull into second.
Not a record.
Just now hitting on the final stretch for Milford in second. Cole
What do we got for a
Brown
time in
about to
this?
cross the line.
Just at 13 minutes right
13.
now.
Officially
So
a 13:02.
13:02.
This is Milford now in second place.
Tell you what, Lauren Robson ran.
She made up a lot of time.
She did. She made up a lot of time.
She was some, 25 seconds back? And
Yeah, at
she
least.
only finished 11 behind.
This is Portsmouth heading toward the finish line now in third place.
Portsmouth was able to hold on for third, so that's good.
Central
down the
coming
final
in
stretch
for fourth. Looks like Bedford and Winnicott are having a little battle for fifth and sixth right now.
Come in. Come in.
Oh, here we go. I think Winnicott, it's going to be a battle
This is a good one.
right to the line for.
This is the second and third call for the girls shuttle hurdles. Girls shuttle hurdlers, you should have reported in by now. If not, please do so.
Bedford holds them off fifth.
This
Winnicott
first and
at
second
sixth.
call for the boys shuttle hurdles.
Yeah, Pinkerton had good, solid second half. They just dug
Yeah.
themselves a pretty good hole.
Yeah, their miler hung right with Addison
Right.
for 3 laps.
So we'll see the boys'
Interested to
DMR.
see how,
Hurdle crew get to the ready. We'll let you know when to start putting the hurdles
Could
on.
be anybody's
This is
game.
the last,
I don't see Winslow down there, so
girls,
he's not in this
distance
event.
medley, runner completes the race, but be ready to go.
that looks like a lot of young boys from Exeter team. A lot of young kids on the infield.
This is where you might see Kingswood a little bit,
Yeah.
because they didn't really have anything in the 4x8.
Nope. I'd look for Cole Brown to have loaded this one up too.
In all actuality, though, you know, if you ran the 4x8, you could actually come back in this. That was enough time,
Yeah, I mean it's
you know, for
been
parts of it.
it's been more than 15 minutes
Yeah.
since the finish of the boys 4x8.
I pretty
And
sure
if you ran leadoff, you've had like
Yeah.
25 minutes now.
I bet you could put Winniconne's team that just won that, put them in this race, and they could win this one too.
Mm.
The thing is not all about winning. Actually, I see Keens doing that.
Are they?
Yeah, I see Aiden
Same
Kindop.
guys?
Yep, I see Aiden Kindop, Ramirez. I'm not sure who else is hopping around.
I mean,
down
honestly, you put in another kid for a 400 maybe.
there. Yeah, right. But you
and
can
then
use a
you
couple
take
of those.
3 of those guys, you bring them back.
Yep.
They've had 20 minutes plus to cool down.
Yeah, easy.
And the Myler's going to have almost a half an hour by the time he takes the baton.
Right. That's more than enough time.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the boys. What am I thinking? All right, I'm drawing a blank here. This is the boys distance medley up next. My apologies, Earl Crow.
Boys DMR records 10:40.
The record for the boys distance medley is 10:40.5, and that was set in 2010 by Pinkerton.
2010. So Pinkerton's got a lot of meat records in this.
Yeah, well, they had some stud teams there
Yep,
for quite a while. They were the dominant team for a long time.
they were.
And they get the numbers, too, to put some.
They do. I mean, they have like 200 plus kid teams
Right.
where they take one bus, you know, to these traveling meets, and there's a time, you know, there's a time cutoff that you have to make.
Yep.
So it's very, very different from most schools in the way they,
I would.
the way they operate.
I'll go out on a limb and I'll say Pinkerton's going to win this one.
Okay.
Girls pole vault in third place with a total jump of 22 feet. It's Winnicott.
Because you got Luke Brennan, who hasn't run yet. You got Gagnon, who hasn't run yet. So they're going to be pretty tough.
Is Londonderry, 25 feet 6
They could put some quality out there.
Yeah.
Now up on the track is the boys' distance medley. Same legs again. It's 3 laps around, 1,200 meters for first leg, hands off to a 400-meter leg, hands off to an 800-meter leg with an anchor of 1,600 meters.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm with
Cole
you.
Brown should have a pretty good team, too, though.
I think that Winnicott team could probably step to the line and
Yep.
take it again.
Do some damage. Like I say, there's still some good quality runners left that
Yeah.
You can put together a pretty good team here.
Crowded field again. There's like 18 or 20 teams.
And they're off in the boys' distance medley. Pretty large field.
Cole Brown's going to the early lead.
Dawson Dubois.
Yeah.
Dubois.
That looks like Matt Reynolds from Merrimack Valley. I would assume David Reynolds is going to be anchoring their 1,600 leg.
Let's try that again. This is the final call for the girls' shuttle hurdles. Girls' shuttle hurdlers can check in.
Dawson Dubois.
After one lap in the 1,200-meter leg, this is Cole Brown in the lead.
Coming through in 64, so it's pretty quality right there.
Yep.
He's got a nice lead.
3:12 for a 1200 split. Not that that means anything to anybody. Big lead.
He's got a 6-second lead.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good. That means something to me.
Yeah.
You build up a big enough lead, then
It makes it tough to come back to.
it does. You get some run and rum.
Final call, girls triple. Yep, thank you. This is the first, second, and third.
Now it's up to a
call for
10-second
girls
lead.
triple jump.
Oh, it's pretty
Final
good.
call
Yeah.
for Girls triple jump. Please check in.
I've been waiting for him to break out a little bit.
Yeah.
He's been a little up and down.
Let's go around again. Still in the lead. Pretty sizable lead.
Some blood in the water right
Two
now.
laps.
Yeah, he's crushing it right now. And I would have expected Keene to be a little bit better.
Yeah.
Kingswood's kind of moving up in the second. That's a Deerfield kid.
Yeah.
Kingswood. He's one of our old kids. Brent Coop.
Still Matthew Reynolds from Merrimack Valley in second.
Boy, he's got a really good lead.
Yeah.
Cole Brown continues to
Yeah,
expand on their
he's
lead.
expanded that up to
200
like
meters
almost
to go.
12
They'll
seconds
be handing
now.
off to the 400-meter leg.
Merrimack's just hanging right off of Merrimack Valley in that second, third position.
16 seconds.
Here comes Keene.
I would have. Kid from Keene's like a 4:35 guy. I would have expected him to be a little bit closer.
Yeah. Yeah, he's saving it all for the last 150
Yeah.
meters. I don't know that I agree with that
He
strategy.
dug his team a pretty good hole.
Yeah.
Because I think he's very capable of running.
Yeah.
I mean, look how much left he's got.
So 3:18 for that opening leg.
And he cut a
Keene
big,
in second
he
place
cut a
in
big
the
chunk out of it.
Yeah.
But you know,
But he's still 75 meters behind Cole Brown.
McKean's going to close with probably Kindop.
You'll need Michael Johnson right now to close this gap in this 400.
Pinkerton, they dug themselves a hole too.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, hand it to Cole Brown for going out hard and
Yeah,
that 1200.
establishing
just
himself.
Not holding back. Now they're going to start lapping people.
This is Cole Brown getting ready for the handoff to the 800-meter
Still
leg.
75 meters ahead of
Yeah,
Keene.
and Porter Higas is quality.
Yep.
And here comes
And Keene.
Aiden.
Third runner puts his hands up in the air.
Aiden Kindop's going to cut a big
Yep.
chunk out of this. I don't know who they're going to close with, but in the mile, I don't know who they got left. Oh, probably Velasquez. So it's not over yet, but
Tell you
13-second
what,
lead.
Porter Higas opened up
Porter Higas is tough.
2 more seconds on him.
You know you're going to get everything you got when Porter runs.
That's true.
We'll see what he's got left in this next lap,
Yep.
though.
Cole Brown still in a pretty sizable lead with 1 lap to go in the 800 leg. This is Keene in second place.
Almost a 14-second lead now.
Is that what it is?
Yep.
And so Luke Kazik will be closing for Cole Brown, and Jake Velasquez will be closing for Keene.
Keene.
Jake Velasquez, he was 8th in New England this year for cross country. So he's one of the top
Yeah.
guys coming back next year.
Luke's already run a 4:31 this year. Early in the season.
Yeah, no, he's good quality.
This is Cole Brown right now
Yep,
still in the
here we
lead.
go. Handing off to the fourth and final
1600
leg.
meter leg.
1600-meter leg here.
Keene still in second place, about to hand off.
It's going to be close, though. So 10-second lead.
This is Dover in third place right now.
So
Again, they're on the track now.
milers
4
are on the
laps,
track, but
600
in with a
meters.
bunch of 800 runners.
Pretty good gaps up front.
Oh, Luke's a tough kid. I don't think he's going to give up a 10-second lead.
Yeah. And the only thing he has working is the only thing that Keene has in his favor really is that Cole Brown has no idea where he is.
Right.
And there's 1, 2, 3, 4 schools between them that he could use.
Yeah, I'm sure one of the coaches
to
has told him.
slingshot
though.
him. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no doubt, no doubt.
Yeah.
3 laps to go.
But the
Yeah,
that Central kid is not going to let Keene pass him, even though he's a lap down. Going to hold him off.
I think Luke's okay.
Yep, he looks good. The advantage of being in the lead is you don't have to catch anybody.
So 17-second lead. He's getting better.
Yeah.
No. And, you know, one of the things is with a relay, you're less apt to just roll over and die. You've got teammates depending on you.
Yeah, they're relying on you, and you know it. And there is that T-shirt waiting if you can hold
Yeah.
off and win.
I think they're in good hands.
Yep. 2 laps to go, and they've got a 15-second plus lead. Almost a full 100 meters.
This is Cole Brown with 2 laps to go. Unofficially, they're about 5 seconds behind record time.
10:40 is the record.
Yep. So that's Matt Reynolds right there. I mean, Dave Reynolds right there.
Should be David Reynolds
Yeah.
anchoring, yeah. He's had a couple of good solid wins.
Yeah, he got beat a few times earlier on by some of the young guns. Now, you know, he's kind of he ran 9:35 to 3,200 the other day. Looked
Yep.
really good. Looked strong. So he's coming into his own. I mean, one thing about him, he doesn't really run bad races, so he's always
Nope.
solid. He's consistent. I'd
Right.
rather have the consistent kid than the up and downs.
This is Cole Brown,
Agree
1 lap to
totally.
go.
Yep.
So 9:44 with a lap to go. Velasquez
Keene right now with 1 lap to go in second place.
10 seconds behind, 11
Yep.
seconds behind.
Only 400 meters. That's a long distance. That's a
Well-
long gap.
This is Dover right now in third.
Barring
1
some
lap to go.
catastrophic.
So it looks like Cole Brown's going to sweep the distance medley relays.
Yep. Inside 200 meters. Yep.
This is
He's
Cole Brown
still got
coming
about
off the
100
final
meters on
turn,
Keene.
Heading for home.
So no meet record, just past
Moving
that
strong.
time.
Yep, but a good solid
But a good solid win.
sub 11. About 10:51, 52.
Unofficially at 10:52. This is Keene heading down the final stretch in second place.
Keene in
Dover
for
coming off
second.
the final corner right
They
now
get second in the
third
4x8
place.
too. Keene?
Yep. And they used a couple of the same guys.
Yep. Looks like Dover for third and Merrimack Valley in fourth.
Valley closing on fourth place now. In on fourth place.
Dover, Merrimack Valley, Dave Reynolds.
Yep.
And it looks like Merrimack's going to take fifth.
And Pinkerton for sixth.
Oh, Merrimack. Pinkerton. Yeah, I thought Pinkerton would have done a little better.
Mm.
He had some fresh guys in there, but I don't know.
I mean, the whole race was set up by the opening leg.
Yeah,
that Dawson
exactly.
ran. That was it right
Yeah,
there.
he made it right there. He took the wind right out of his sails, went right to the front, built a huge lead.
Huge lead. And then they just added to it.
I think Nico Ramirez of Keene had too much in the tank.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes that happens with 1200. You don't, you didn't figure it out.
With about 150 meters to go, he really kicked it in, but he was way behind at that point.
The thing you got to do with the 1200 is you got to run it like an 800.
Yeah. And just hold on
Yeah.
for dear life.
That's it. But if you run the 1200 like a mile,
then yeah, you got too much in the tank, and
because you get to that third lap and you go,
ran it
oh,
incorrectly.
jeez, you know what I mean?
I got all this energy
Yeah,
left.
that's what happened. It's like 1,000, you know, indoors. Run it like an 800.
Yeah.
I'll get a read when the shuttle hurdle starts.
And you run a 600 like a
a
400.
That is absolutely right.
Because if you're in the fight, the guts are going to take over.
Yeah. What do you run a 1500 as, though? An 800? Should be the hurdle. Shuttle hurdle should be our next event, I believe. We have another. Oh, we have another team still on the back stretch. Finishing. This would be Pembroke, I believe.
Yeah, Pembroke's a really young team.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have a lot of athletes last year. But now that's how it builds back up.
This is Pembroke heading down the final stretch.
And they've had some good runners in the past. Remember the 200-meter guy they had a few years back?
Yep.
He ended up going to UNH. He was
And
tough.
they had a really outstanding girl who
Again, this is going to be the girls.
qualified.
Shuttle hurdles up
That
next.
I forget what year it was, 2007 or 2008, and she qualified in every event from the 100 up to the 2 mile.
This is the
Was it Willie
first
Brem?
and second
The
call.
boy?
Willie Brem was the sprinter. Yep.
Should say the second call.
And
was tough.
I believe it was his sister who was the
Yeah, it is. It was.
Please report in at this
who
time.
could have won
We're going to make that the second
probably
and third call.
4 or
Already
5
for you
of
to
those
check
events
in,
if
so
she had been able to
second and
enter
third
more
call for the
than
boys shuttle hurdles.
the 4 of them. Allison Brem.
Right. Yeah, they were tough.
Yeah.
Be the first
So
call for
our
the
shuttle
girls,
hurdles.
4x1.
Willie Brem might even be a school record holder at UNH. He's got something there.
Yeah. He's a really good 400 runner, too. See, the hurdles are set in the